We'll just start with Living In versus Green Black Rock first, to have them ready to go. Stimulant Phoenix is kind of a spicy list that uh kind of been fringe playable. Like I know Spike took a Jeskai Phoenix list to challenge top eight. Um, all right, let's see this Green Black Rock deck. Green Black Rock is kind of interesting. It's something I haven't seen a lot of, but it's always kind of present. Welcome, N.A. Lilton. This I do not speak. I'm guessing it's Portuguese, but oh, you has some spice. Dang, gotta get a car, Lucas. We don't have Uber in this area. All right, Inquisition. The hand disruption. It's kind of funny. Like these Green Black Rock or like Jund, Death Shadow. Well, Death Shadow has counter magic too, but they're usually decent against decks like this. Like I don't know. Bricker says it's a really bad matchup for them because it's like it is pretty hard for them to prevent you just like if you ever just have the Cascade spell, it's like they're pretty much just gonna lose. But if they can bring in the Graveyard Hate out of the board and get you with the hand disruption early. But wow, I just realized Zach whiffed on that Inquisition. Bricker had a hand with only cyclers, it looks like, and then drew a Living In. So Zach completely whiffed. Buying gases for chumps by Tesla, dude. They've got great tax rebates on buying a Tesla, or at least there used to be. I'm gonna mute the rest of the mics so we don't get reverberation. Since it's only me in the booth today. Main deck Spellbomb gets griefed though. That's tough. He drew the main deck Spellbomb, but the grief able to get it out of his hand. Bricker playing with hand revealed to be a gentleman, you know. No charging station in Marietta. That's tough. You got to get your own installed. But then if you're living in like an apartment or something, I don't think they let you do that. Tough. Yeah, these guys are good friends. They usually just play with hand revealed if there's a hand disruption played. That way it's, not writing crap down for 30 seconds or whatever. Voidwalker, that's a card that's really good against Living In, but Bricker already has some cards in the yard. But can someone tell me what is that interaction with Voidwalker that's really, really weird with Living In? It's like it's if it doesn't have summoning sickness, it can cast the Living End again, right? It can just like tap and cast it, I'm pretty sure, if he leaves it untapped. Something like that. Oh, if it's in the graveyard. Yeah. Yeah, the Walker just exiles the Living End, so you just get to cast it again and get it back. Yeah, yeah. So Voidwalker, very good. So maybe this rock deck is a little bit better positioned against um, Living In than we were thinking. So okay, Zach looks like Zach knows the interaction, or did he not do it? I don't know if he did it. Oh, it doesn't have some. Yeah, it still had summoning sickness. So this is going to be a unwinnable game from this point. Brick gets to take two more cards, takes two goifs out of Zach's hand, and yeah, that's gonna do it. So game one goes to Brick. Yeah, Zach's on green black rock. If Death and Taxes wins, put it as next round's feature match. We can probably do that. Yeah, it's pretty unique. Bricker mulliganing again. I think that's probably his second mull. All right. Watch a lot of content on the green black rock list because it's spicy AF, but man, every time it looks not very good. I haven't watched much content on it. I've never really been like a I guess you could say a fair player. I never play like just like value Jund, Abzan, or like green black rock type decks. It's never really been my play style, but yeah, I don't really know. It seems not like great, but I could definitely see it, being fine. Like there's a bunch of totally fine archetypes in modern right now. Brick is on a mull to 4. No hand disruption from Zach though. So I feel like Zach's gotta have some graveyard hate to keep I mean it could just be a good hand without graveyard hate. Thoughtseize is the draw. Along with land. Fetch. Very basic swamp. Boseiju is the most medium card. I mean, it's definitely not as good as everyone thought it was at first. It's still like, don't get me wrong, it's still very very good and very playable, and like Amulet Titan loves it, and like Tron I'm sure is playing it, but actually I played against Tron in like a couple matches. I don't know if I really saw Boseiju, but that doesn't mean they're not running it, but Lean and Arbiter making it really good. I could see that. Maybe that's probably what Hardsty's running. It's probably running. Is that what you said earlier? Yeah, how well it goes with Boseiju now. Yeah. Or maybe were you saying green black rock with Boseiju? Tron and Amulet Titan are the only decks I've seen utilizing it really well. Yeah, people were like, "Oh, it's like broken with Ren and 6." It's like, no, it's not really a effect that you need like to repeat. You just get rid of like the one problematic enchantment or whatever, or like the land if you need to, but you don't need to. You're like never gonna be strip mining them because they can just still get shock lands and stuff. Like it's good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not. People are like, "Oh, this is gonna get Ren and 6 banned." It's like what? It scooped it up really quick. I'm pretty sure Brick was just scooping, didn't have anything. Oh, Necromantia. Oh yeah, I saw the Necromantia. Yep, Necromantia is probably pretty good. That's game 3. Zach Fetch Shock. Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize, unlike Inquisition, will definitely hit something. Oh, I see a Sky Turtle, Waker of Waves, Endurance. Is that an Endurance? 3 lands. Zach tanking pretty hard here. Gonna get the Waker. That's kind of what I was leaning towards. Waker's just probably the best cycler in the deck. The fact that it can put 2 cards in the grave and give you selection. Makes me want to try Naya Death and Taxes. I don't think the mana would work. It's kind of difficult to play 2 colors, although you're forced to build the mana. Yeah, except Naya Triumph. It's kind of cool. But yeah, I don't. You gotta limit yourself on how many fetches you run, right? Or do you run any in a Death and Taxes deck? All right, Urza Saga for turn 2 for Zach. And Springleaf Drum. That's pretty interesting. The green black rock list. Ooh, Elvish Reclaimer. Tap for mana, Spellbomb. That's a pretty good turn 2, if I have to say. Although Brick is gonna go to 3 mana here. So if he draws, no, Spellbomb can still just tap to sacrifice. That's right. You only have to pay the black to draw a card. Yeah, tap, sacrifice, Spellbomb, exile all cards from target player's graveyard, and when it's put in the graveyard from the battlefield, you can play black if you do draw a card. So regardless, Zach is going to be able to effectively counter this next living end. He still will lose creatures if Brick casts a living end. Okay, gonna go ahead and cast Shardless Agent. I like this. You like, it's still a really value living in. You make him sack a creature, you get your Waker of Waves back, and you're forcing him to pop this spell bomb while also not going all out. So that's pretty fortunate for Brick, I would say. So creature still dies, spell bomb dies without getting to draw the card. Reclaimer is gonna die. Reclaimer should be dead. I'll go tell him if they don't put it in the yard. I'm not missing that, right? Reclaimer should be dead. Because he still needs to sack his board. Oh, living and still on the stack. I see. Yeah, I see. My bad, guys. All right, that's okay. So he's pitching the turtle to evoke endurance, letting it die, and then also, of course, cycling the street wraith. So that's still a really effective living in through the Nile Spellbomb. That's pretty sweet. I didn't realize how much living in can actually do through Graveyard Hate like that. That was a gross turn. Okay, see if Zach can claw his way back in here. The creatures aren't the biggest that he can hit off of Living End, but it was still just impressive to do anything. All right, fire off Inquisition. There is a force, so you can get the force. That's definitely useful because if he draws another blue card here, the force could be, helping protect his creatures. So at least Zach got that out of his hand. Big attack for 8. Zach tapped the construct for mana, so he had no blocker there. Can make another construct and go get possibly like a Shadow Spear, but I don't think he'll have the mana to equip. If he goes land and taps one of the constructs for Springleaf, then he will. And that'll be, I mean, that's big game because that will give him a bigger creature than any of Brick's current threats. One of these will be a 5/5 if he can equip. Even 2/4/4s is also good on this board because it's 3/4s, 2/3/4s, and a 2/2. Okay, it does have another land. And it's an Urza Saga, which is even better. We're going to be seeing more constructs for sure. The land under Urborg, can't tell. I think is it just a green-black shock or something? Yeah, Overgrown Tomb. Does not equip. Zach's hand is just Thoughtseize and another land. I'm a little, I mean, maybe not. I'm a little surprised at the not equip there, but I can also see the reason for not doing it. You're dead to like Sky Turtle or something like that for sure. So this is like playing not to your opponent's outs, I guess, or playing to what your opponent's outs are. Because the out would be draw Sky Turtle, bounce one of the constructs if he equips. So, or he could have equipped and attacked. I could see that too. That could be pretty good too. Also, I don't know if you double block. Because if he does have Sky Turtle or the... Well, oh, okay, no. He knows about the land in Brick's hand. Brick has that bounce land, right? Cannot hit those tokens. What's the name of that land? I'm also surprised Brick didn't go ahead and fire off that land with that attack. I'm pretty sure it's in Bricker's hand. That someone tell me the name of it. I can't remember it. Otawara. Yep, Otawara. Soaring City. Channel, discard, return target artifact, creature, enchantment, or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Cost 1 less for each legendary. Yeah, he definitely has. Oh, he has Outburst in hand. Okay. So he was wanting to use Outburst. He lets it get Thoughtseized. Zach is at 2 now after the attack for 3 and then Thoughtseizing. Did he? Yeah. I think he just let it get Thoughtseized. Okay, he let it get Thoughtseize because his logic here is you took 2 damage there, so now my agent is lethal, and now I just get to Otawara whatever leftover creature you have. Oh, Street Wraith has Swamp Walk. Oh, Street Wraith has Swamp Walk. That's hilarious. The most relevant line of text on Street Wraith, Swamp Walk. That's great. So he's saying, I'm just holding up Otawara because if he equips Shadow Spear to gain the life, I'll just bounce the construct. Yep, that's what they're explaining right now. That's crazy. Street Wraith having Swamp Walk for the win. Yep, he just bounces whatever attacks. Yep.